Are you tired of feeling like you have zero time to hang out with your family because you have too much to do? Then you're in the right place, because today we're going to talk about how we can bring a little bit of balance to being productive and being present with our family. There's something about motherhood that once we become moms, all of a sudden we have a million things to do. Pack the diaper bags, change the diapers, feed the babies, make sure there's an abundance of snacks, juggle all the extracurricular activities. Laundry becomes a daily task, as do dishes and school activities, friends' birthday parties, you name it, the list goes on. One of the biggest complaints I hear from moms is there isn't enough time in the day to get it all done, which in turn means there isn't enough time for you to truly enjoy your family if you're too busy thinking about all the things you're not getting done. Remember, being present is being fully engaged in the moment without distraction or mental absence. Now, the definition of productivity is a measure of how efficiently a person or group can complete tasks or accomplish goals within a certain period of time. The first problem with productivity is that our to-do list never stops. Each day, something new can be added onto our to-do list, or the laundry has to be done again. But in our minds, we think if we can just get those last few things done, or if we can just get a little bit ahead on this one thing, then I can be present with my family. But that will never be the case, ever. Let me repeat, that will never, ever be the case. Yet we can't just not do anything. Eventually, the laundry has to get done, or we have to wash the dishes so that we can eat food again. But for your season of life, what are the must-dos and what can be delegated or maybe toned down a little bit so that you can spend more focused time with your family? Maybe since before you've had kids, you have mopped the floor religiously every single day. Well, can that be reduced to maybe every other day? Can you be okay with having one day where the floor wasn't mopped? So the 30 minutes that you would have spent mopping the floor for that day, you could in turn use that 30 minutes to just focus and be present with your kids. The next issue with productivity is we think the more we do, the better. So we end up striving to do more only to realize that we are burnt out and not truly getting the stuff done that we need to get done. Our focus should be getting the right stuff done efficiently so that we can focus on being present. Now, productivity isn't the only issue. Being present can be an issue too. We have misconceptions that being present is spending hours just hanging out with our kids. And if that's how we feel and we know we can't do that, then we just don't try at all. The solution is realizing that being present is spending intentional time with our kids where we're not distracted, and that it can be as small as a few minutes. So here are a few things to keep in mind when balancing presence with productivity. The first thing is to create a flexible, prioritized schedule. Knowing what must get done and what can be put off for a later time is important to be able to move things around as needed. Time blocking can also help you schedule in specific times to be present. The second thing is to involve your kids in what you're doing. For instance, if you can't not do a certain task, like you have to do laundry because y'all literally have no clothes to wear, then get your kids to help. Get them to help sort or to transfer the clothes from the washer to the dryer. Not only are you building life skills, but you are able to spend some quality time with them as well. The third thing is to focus on quality time and not quantity. We could spend 4 hours with our kids, but if we're constantly saying, hold on, let me go check my phone, and we're not really giving them that 4 hours, then it's really not what we think it is. Versus if we can give them 15 minutes of undivided attention, that's going to mean so much more to our kids, knowing that we were able to give them all that we had in that short period of time. The fourth thing is to set yourself up for success. Give yourself realistic expectations as to what being present looks like for today, and do as much as you can ahead of time. For instance, you could lay out the clothes the night before so that you're not trying to make those decisions in the morning, or have the ingredients that you're going to need for dinner already set out, ready to go, so those extra few minutes you can actually spend being present with your kids. The fifth thing is to practice self-care. A well-rested and rejuvenated mom is way more able to be present than a mom running on fumes, even if you have designated time in the day to be present. Remember, you are not super mom, you are not meant to be super mom, and be sure to manage your expectations. If the floors don't get mopped today, that's okay. What matters more is that you are spending intentional time for a few more minutes with your kids. And finally, outsource what you can. Can you afford to hire a house cleaner? Do it. Can you get someone to watch the kids for 2 hours so that you can spend more time doing focused work and spend another chunk of the day doing intentional things with your kids? Remember, in order to balance productivity with presence, we need to focus on getting the right things done and not just a bunch of little tasks that we throw on our to-do list. Knowing what tasks can wait because we know spending time with our kids is valuable, and setting up realistic expectations on what being present in your home looks like. I know our kids crave our attention every single day, and it is not feasible to be present every moment. But we can make a conscious effort to be more intentional with our time to be able to balance presence and productivity. Decide when those times can be and make an effort to limit your distractions so that you can give your kids all of you in those moments. And if you need some guidance on how to free up time in your schedule to be more present with your kids, then be sure to check out my 30-minute month, link in the description below. Being present always starts with planning for it well. Is there anything else you'd like to see on my channel? Be sure to leave me a comment and let me know. See you next time.